They said almost immediately that he had a bit of a natural talent for it and really enjoyed it, and suggested that I take him to a more competition-based club at Exeter. So I did that, and they put him in the competition squad, and he's been training ever since. It's his dream, and he works really, really hard on it, so it's just my job to support him in that, really.
I first saw him in training, and he was wild. My first impression of Victor is he was a wild child. He would chuck every skill in the sun. Very impressive for such a young kid.
When I first met Victor, he was really small. That was the first thing I noted, because before, I'm from Brazil, so I had my team there, my boys there, they were a bit bigger than him. So there was, oh, for his age, he was smaller than I thought. That was the first impression. Then seeing him training and everything, I could see well, how talented he is, and that was the two big impressions I had at the first time.
I knew him from quite an early age, around 6, 7. We just kind of grew up together. He's one of the best gymnasts in the country for his age, worldwide. He's awesome, trains hard. He's got the talent to do it. He can make it if he wants to.
My name is Victor Yo. I'm 14 years old. This is my gym club, Exeter Gymnastics Club. I've been training here since I was 7, and I'm a member of the Team GB Gymnastics squad. Yeah.
The training process with Vic was pretty standard in terms of the developmental pathway. You start off with 1 or 2 days a week, and then you see their progression and development, and you do the conditioning and the stretch early on, and then the basic skill building, and then gradually you go into 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions a week, and then he's doing 2 sessions some of those days, and it gets bigger and bigger.
Victor it's a really talented boy. He needs more mental training. I try to make him see who he is and where he is right now and what he needs to do to achieve the things he wants to achieve. And then technically we go together and we get things.
Alright, so basically we're on pommel now. We've just been offered £5 to get a new skill by Francisco.
Everything we do is about goals, and so we have short-term, medium-term and long-term goals. We have short-term goals. We have 2 important competitions at the beginning of next year, and those competitions mean a lot for him as a gymnast in the national team. But we have a big one for 2019, and that's a mix of a goal and a dream, the World Championships. So that's something we want to do.
Everything's a competition for me, like if it's like games or like a running race in the sports day when you're like 4 at school, just wanting to beat other people sort of helps me get good at stuff. I want to go to the big level competitions, I want to go to the Olympics, I want to go to the European Championships, World Championships.
Do I think Victor will achieve his Olympic dream? Given everything goes his way, absolutely without a doubt. But it's never straightforward. A number of things, a number of factors could come into it, you know, injuries and a multitude of things. But if talent and hard work come to anything, he will absolutely 100% make it.
his dream. He's putting so much into it, and the stakes are hugely high for him. He's investing absolutely everything in this, even to the point of sacrificing his education to a certain extent. Fortunately, he's doing quite well at school, and the school have been extremely supportive with catch-up lessons and extra tutoring and giving him homework when he's away, so that he stays on top of it. Having said that, it is quite exclusive between school and training and competitions. There isn't a great deal else in his life. Twice a week he leaves school at 1:30 and trains until 7 p.m. The other weekdays he goes straight from school to gymnastics at 3:30 and trains till 7:30. Saturday morning it's from either 7 or 8 a.m. till sort of mid-morning, sometimes lunchtime. Then about every 6 weeks or so he goes to Lilleshall for a week to the National Sports Training Centre for training week. He goes to training camps internationally. He went to one in Italy last year for 10 days. And sometimes I feel like I have to be his advocate a bit and stand up to all of that, to everybody pushing him towards the Olympics and you know, Olympic glory. And I have to be the one who says, actually, no, he's really tired. He needs to lie on the sofa tonight. He's not going. And sometimes that's a bit of a battle between me and them, and also with Vic, although Vic will only ever say, I'm not up to it if things have got to a point where he really isn't up to it.
My first coach was a Russian coach and he was really strict, but when I sort of started getting a bit better and the old coach left as well, I was moved into a group with Steve. He was like a really, really good coach, and he was a lot nicer than the old coach, but he also worked us really hard. And I was with Steve for about 5.5 years, and my time with Steve was sort of the time where I grew quite a lot as a gymnast. Once I got to Steve, it was more serious. Not long ago, Steve left like earlier this year, and now I got a new coach, Francisco.
Francisco really was a godsend, because it's quite hard to find an elite level coach, and especially if they're not in the region already, to then they'd have to move over. Francisco's from Brazil, so originally he was only going to do a few months to help us out, and he's staying and he's doing a fantastic job with Victor, and they've bonded really well now, and it's great to see, and I really wish them all the best for the future. No? So.
Anything can happen, you know. He could have a devastating injury and that would be the end of it, and it's just a matter of, you know, being in the right place at the right time, not getting an injury, getting the right breaks, and I really hope he succeeds.
I really want to see Victor competing in the Olympics, and to help him to achieve it would be a big achievement in my life as well. So that's a dream and a plan. Right, little boy?